Hi, today we are like, so today we will see the cypress hooks. Cypress hooks, I will explain you. Okay, cypress hooks. I created one file name, cypress hooks. See, normally, so this should execute before the test case, no? So, like Java in Python, we have seen, right? So, like login functionality, it should execute before the test case. Huh? So, before the test case, so before each test case, we should run. So in Cypress, we term them as hooks, Cypress hooks. Like Cypress hooks, no? What are all the Cypress hooks, no? Before, before, before each, after, after each. Yeah. So these are the Cypress hooks. So what is the help? Like what is the use of Cypress hooks? We will learn here. Okay. Times equal to. So this is the now I'll use the describe. So I will write the test case. So learning Cypress hooks. Cypress hooks explanation. Okay. Now what are you going to write the Cypress hooks? And this just consider. So we are preparing the test cases now. My first test case. First test case. Mm, Test case. See why not? I'm printing my first test case. Second log. It log my third test case. Okay. So my for this Cypress hooks, no? Cypress hook explain. So my first test case, second test case, third test case. So now we have totally three test cases. So within this describe block, Cypress hooks. So my first test case is run, my second test case is run, my third test case is run. So now hook's advantage is, so I need to run like, so there will be some functionalities, example login functionality and logout functionality. So for each and every test case when we are running, so for application login is mandatory. For application logout is mandatory. It should execute before executing all the 8 blocks. Login should happen only once, logout should happen only once. In that case, it will be there. That is one example. One example is login and logout. So before each test case, what kind of example we'll get before each test case? Suppose any application is there. So here, sometimes no, whenever we are refreshing the page, no, so we will get some all cookies button. So cookies buttons. So cookies in each and every page, the cookies button will be will be mandatory. So even the user launches the page, even user logins the page, even user navigates from one page to another page, there will be some cookies button. So because we need to we need to accept the cookies to navigate to the next page. So there, in that case, no, what will happen? So we need to add hook before. So we need to. So it should run before every test case, no, before every test case. So understand my point, right? First point is, see, for any application, for any application. hmm, So for any application, login and logout is must and should. Must and should. Okay. So login and logout, no, before all, now the test case under this suit contains like 3 to 4 test cases. Okay. So before all steps, all steps, login is login we have to do. Login we have to do. Okay. First one. After completing the steps execution or steps navigation, logout is a must and should. Must and should. Stop. Stop. Okay, so multi-line comment. This is a multi-line comment. Okay, this is a multi-line comment. See what I'm telling now. So if you want to log in now, one scenario is okay in better way. No, my test case is like hmm, my test in better way. I will say. Okay, my test case is log into the application. Huh? Uh, hmm, application book a seat. Book a seat. Search for registration page. Mm, mm, A register user. Check for successful registration and log out from application. Okay, this is my test case now. better way. So this is my test case. So log into the application, search for the registration page, register user, check for the registration successful, and log out from the application. Here, see, so these all are the steps. These all are nothing but the test cases. I will say these three are the test cases. For this, mandate user should mandatorily or must and should user should log in and log out from the application. See, before executing these steps, so it's a continuous flow, right? So only once login is required, only once logout is required for these steps. So in this case, we will use before, after hooks, after cypress hooks, cypress hooks. One more I'll say. Start. Here, now log into the application, launch the application. Okay, launch in the event, launch the application, and same steps will copy. Same step, log into the application. Okay, here the problem is everywhere we are getting accept cookies pop up in each and every step. So in each and every step we can add the script in each and every step, but we are simply writing the code. The length of the code increases, and also everywhere the same object we are adding. So to avoid this one, no, so only once we can write this accept cookies pop up like button or link. So this link, and so this will execute for each and every step, no. So we can use before each, after each. So like this. So these two are the hooks: before, after, before each, and after each. So I will explain. So now this is my test case. So for test case one, test case two, test case three test cases are executed. Now how it's going to be before hook, before, hmm, yeah, before hook when added will appear only once before the first test case. Okay. It will appear only once before the test case. Okay, same way. After, so before we need to use after. So what I'm going to use after hook when I will appear only once after the test case. It's simple. Okay, after the test case. See, now I'm running the test case. See here, observe here. See, before hook will appear only once before the first test case. See, this is first test case, second test case, third test case has executed, and after that, you need to only after hook is executed, only after the test. Means all the steps are executed, then only once before it will before all the steps will execute before after all test cases it will execute after. That means it kind of log in and log out. It's a best example. For each and every, if you want to run before each and every test, hmm, what you are going to use before each, before each hook when added will appear before before each test. Yes, before each it block. So before each it block. After each test, after each it block. After after each test, after each it block. See, I just observe now. So this is my first test case. See, before hook appears only once before the test. Before each hook will appear before each test, no? So before each test it appears. After each test, see, after hook is appeared. So second test case, say before each, see this is my second test case. Before each, after is applied. It came. Got it right? My third test case. See before each, suppose I will add one more generic test case. Now after second, I will add it block generic test. Generic test. See here, before will not appear. Before each will appear. Before generic test and after generic test. After each and before each will appear. See. Okay. See, generic test. See, before each has appeared. Before hook, after hook. For this before hook, after hook. But before first test, only before has appeared. After last test case, only after is appeared. But before hook, before each is appeared in front of each during it block. So this is the hooks. So the same hooks we are going to see in the real-time example. Understood, right?